Hello guys, today is going to be a very interesting review. Welcome to my channel. I would like to speak about the comparison between this 85mm Canon 1.2 and this bokehlicious 300mm 2.8 image stabilized, because I've always wanted to know how it's gonna look like when I take picture with the 300 and I would take similar picture with the 85mm. Of course, because both of them are prime lenses. That means I had to go like further from the object and closer to the object. I was using this lens at 85mm 1.2, that means wide open, and then I was using this lens at 2.8, that means also wide open. I just had to go with this one, I had to go closer, with this one I had to go further, which makes sense. And I think the results are going to be very interesting. So people may think, because this one is 85mm 1.2, and when you multiply it by 2, so you will get 170mm 2.4. So they kind of think, okay, so when I get 170mm 2.4, I should get similar, or let's say identical bokeh to this lens. And when you multiply it actually by 4, you will get 340mm 4.8, and this lens is a 300mm 2.8. So they may think, okay, with this lens I will get a better bokeh, and you will see the results. Let's have a look at it. So this one was taken at 85mm and this one was taken at 300mm. As you can see, the light is pretty similar, I mean in the size. It was quite difficult to catch the same distance, I mean to the same kind of like point of view. So this one is 85mm at 1.2 and this picture is 300mm at 2.8. So as you can see, this looks more like with the tele lens, and this one looks more kind of like with the wide angle lens. I don't know, even if it's 85mm, so it's pretty interesting. And it's also like a kind of like a little bit deformed, or maybe this one is deformed, I don't know actually, but it's the way as it is. And when we go to 100%, and we will see the sharpness, this one is 300mm 2.8, this one is 85mm 1.2, 300mm, and here it's much more sharper, even here in the corner, also here in the front, everywhere. And with the 1.2, some parts are not so sharp here because of the depth of field. Only this part is sharp. And again, the whole picture, so 85mm 1.2 and 300mm 2.8. I actually like this picture much more. Okay, so let's have a look at another picture. This one was 85mm 1.2 and this one was 300mm at 2.8. It's quite interesting. Now let's have a look 100%. So this one is 1.2. This one is also 85mm 1.2, shows quite a lot of aberration, which is understandable. You can get rid of it in Photoshop or in a raw editor, but doesn't matter right now. Yeah, so 85mm 300, and both of them were wide open. Let's have a look at another picture. This one is 85mm 1.2, 300mm 2.8, 85mm 1.2, go 100%. Here it's a 300mm 2.8, 85mm, 300mm, 85mm. You see the bokeh here is much more like blurry. So 85mm 1.2 shows wider field of view, which is understandable. Let's have a look at another one. This is 85mm 1.2 and this one is 300 2.8. So as you can see, this S form is pretty similar, and as you see in the background is not pretty similar, the background is a bit different. So here in this case the background is more blurry, as you can see, and that's why actually you will get, with the 85mm 1.2 you will get more blurry background. Even maybe if you would expect to have a more blurry background with 300 2.8. To be honest with you, I was kind of expecting that, but it's just not happening, which is quite interesting. So again, this one is 85mm and this one is 300 2.8. 85mm, 300 2.8. And now I'll show you another picture. So this one is another picture, and this one is 300 2.8 and 85mm 1.2. As you can see clearly, 85mm has a much more blurry background than 300. So this is another proof that 85mm 1.2 makes more blurry background. Of course it depends what focal length you have, how far the subject is from you, how far the background is from the subject. Okay, I'll show you another one. So here we have another flower. This is 85mm 1.2 and this one is 300 2.8. The 85mm is much wider than the 300, which makes sense. That's what I said before. It's just quite interesting, like to see it in a real sample photos. And I'll show the last picture. Okay, so this one is the last picture with the 85mm 1.2, 300mm 2.8, 85mm. So it's quite interesting. Again, I'll show you the 100%. Also the previous pictures, they were just 100% sharp. There's no reason to show you how it looks in a large resolution, because 300mm and 85mm, they're very sharp lenses. Only the difference between 300 is that 300 has a little bit better depth of field, so it may appear a bit sharper. So again, so we have a lovely chewing gum here, amazing. And 85mm 1.2, 300mm 2.8, 85mm 1.2. Okay guys, so this was a little review where I was comparing this 1.2 Bokeh Monster against this 300mm 2.8 Bokeh Monster. And thank you very much. I really wanted to know, when I still own these both lenses, even I'm selling this one, and I wanted to know how the 300mm performs against this lens, because I was always interested in this, and actually now I'm much more clever and maybe I understand a bit better how the lenses work. And if you are interested, you can just subscribe or you can give me some feedback on my work. I will really appreciate it. Thank you very much and see you next time. Bye.